Hello and welcome to the Tactical Devils. Do not panic. Jarvis will be back probably tomorrow night, straight after kickoff. He lands tomorrow. So he's been away in, I think he's in Croatia, or he did send me a message to where he was. He sends his love, wishes all the Devilish Tacticos well. Sorry he can't be with us, but he was completely hammered again last night. I think he was out till about 4:30 this morning, as usual. Absolutely shocking. Not a great deal been happening again throughout the week. So myself and Mark tonight are going to break down the match tomorrow. We'll get the tactics board up and we'll each run through our preferred side and our preferred system, and then we'll pick what we think Amarin will go. So I'll do the intro and we'll see you after. Hello, welcome to Tactical Devils again. I'm going to bring in Mark. Mark, how are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. A nice Saturday full of football, and some time without the kids. So happy days.
Yeah. Well, it is happy days, isn't it? I mean, that's the whole thing. With happy days, good old Garnacho. Who's this? Oh, bollocks. Yeah. I've left him again. Oh, dear.
And me predicting the lottery numbers in. I told you Rasmus would score as soon as he plays for Napoli. Bang. He's played 2 games this year. One for Denmark, one for
Napoli. Scored in both, hasn't he?
He scored in both. Bang. There you go.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? We've always said that Højlund was a victim of the system, victim of the way the players are playing. They don't utilise him, they don't cross him. And as for Garnacho, I just thought that was after he was celebrating like anything his so-called assist. I don't get that at all. How the hell he was claiming or even giving an assist?
Oh, we just said the defender touches it, so it's not an assist.
Yeah, but I thought it was absolutely hilarious. As Jamie Wayne says, let's all laugh at Garnacho. Yeah, absolutely. Big welcome to everyone in the chat already. There's loads tuned in on X and YouTube, so please like and subscribe. Jarvis will be back tomorrow night, so don't panic. My hosting skills will get better throughout the show, as they always do. But we've got lots planned for you tonight. Actually, myself and Mark, as I said in the intro, we're going to have a quick look at my preferred formation. Mark will then go through his preferred formation, and then we'll try and work out what we think is likely to be the starting 11. So Johnny K is in the house. Johnny K might be able to join us. We're not quite sure yet. But he does have the link if he wants to. Let's have a look. Big up Bjorn. Welcome. MUFC 14. Welcome. Vulps. Welcome. Big up the chat. Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Jamie Wayne. So get your comments in. Please like and subscribe. Please share. Jarvis puts a lot of work in on the background, and me and Mark just come on and look pretty. No, that's not true, is it, Mark? But we just come on, don't we, pal?
The pretty, I don't think I've ever done in my life. So
I don't think I've ever done pretty either. No, me neither. But we do try. We were looking at different types of makeup we could try for you guys, just to see if we could, or maybe filters. We'll have to have a chat with some of the girls to give us an idea. We can get some filters. Fred the Reds. MUFC News is in as well. Mark, how you been, old friend? And are you looking forward to tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I can't wait for. I really can't. It's going to be a really interesting game. But today was a big game for my club, FA Cup. We were playing the National League side, or National League South. 2-0 down, 2-2, 90-something minute equaliser. So we've got to replay it theirs, and that's going to bring us a absolute abundance of money no matter what. So,
Superb.
It literally is a win-win. If we can actually win the game, you know how it works. Obviously, you get half the gate receipts. So when you're going away to someone who could have like 5,000 fans there, I think for a county league, county prem side, it's huge.
Yeah, so it's worth just telling Mark. It's worth just telling the Devilish Tacticos too. So if you played in the FA Cup in the preliminary rounds, you'll know that it's needed for anything around step 7, step 6 in terms of finance, even to step 5 to be an extent. So what's the guarantee if you get through to the third round qualifier, with it, fourth round qualifier?
This is the first. So we've gone through the pre-qualifier.
So this will be round 1 in the FA Cup then.
Yeah, so this is the first round qualifier, and then you go second round qualifier, first round.
Yeah. So this is the first round then. Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, so this is the first official.
So what have you earned? What have you earned so far then? Just to give the Tacticos an idea.
So if we lost today, we would earn as much losing as we would of winning the first qualifier, which is about 1,500, 2,000 plus. Obviously, you normally get increased gate receipts, FA Cup matches, things like that, but you have to split that with the club that you're playing. So that doesn't matter. Even in the lower leagues, you still split gate receipts all the way up to the FA Cup final, which is a bit naughty for some clubs because they've taken away the option to reverse fixtures.
Yes, yeah, they have, which I don't like.
Which we always used to have. So if you've got a bigger team and a bigger things, it meant if we had lost today, but we had lost at theirs, we probably would have taken more money than if we won.
Yeah.
Which is, like you say, much needed. County football is a bit of a minefield, though, for FA Cup now. A lot of teams lose their players as soon as they're out. They go to other teams. They might move back up one league or something like that. They come down, try and get a payday, like win bonuses, things like that. And if it's not going to happen and they're not top of their league, they bugger off. But if we won today, I think it's about 3,500, 4,000 prize money.
Yeah.
Plus, like I say, then you got your gate receipts, and there would have been a couple of hundred. They wanted to bring down 1,000 supporters, and we were like, well, we can hold them in the ground, but parking around the venue, things like that,
not
that
possible.
Might be an issue.
Yeah.
But now we've got the replay. So not only have we got the home receipts, we'll probably get money for the draw and then money for the.
You will. Yeah, you will. I think you'll get money for the extra game.
And now you'll get half their gate receipts there. So
yeah, I think it's a nominal fee, Mark. I think you do get paid again, but it's a nominal fee. I don't think it's the amount of money. Absolutely. Congratulations, mate. There's nothing quite like it, is there, playing in the FA Cup? Saying that you've played in there is absolutely brilliant. Guys, there's tons of you joining already. Welcome, Philip Longshore. Jamie Wayne back from taking a break from social media. Absolutely don't blame you, fella. I hope you're doing well. Keep that noggin of yours nice and safe, buddy. Myself, Mark, Jarvis, Nuruddin, anyone, Johnny Commode, anyone is available. If you just want to have a quick chat with us, you can get us through our social media. We'll always listen and we'll always be there for you guys. You guys are there for us and we will be there for you guys. So please don't think that we're not. Well, it's the big one. It's Derby Day. How exciting is Derby Day? So let me just talk you through my weekend quickly. I don't know if I told you, Mark. I might have done, but I got selected for Worcester County over 55s. And so that went off today. That was a good result for us. I played okay. Played about 60 minutes. My first call up. Well, actually, I was called up last season. I just didn't go, basically. But it's my first call up this season. So I played okay. But a friend of mine went down to Shrewsbury Town and he was telling me that Shrewsbury were well beaten by Salford City today. In fact, his next player scored a couple of goals from there. So yeah, quite a busy weekend. I had an awards ceremony to go to Friday night, so it was a little bit little bit
Did
worse.
you
For,
win?
No,
got wins behind them.
no, I was just there to look pretty. I was just there to look pretty, and that didn't work either. So I don't know what I was there for, but I got an invite, so that was quite good. It's just me 43s in the house, which is great. There's loads to discuss, so let's just give a brief overview, Mark, about your feelings for tomorrow before we go into my lineup. And by the way, my lineup, guys, is what I want to see. I want to see something a little bit different. And it's for Mark to kind of not, discuss it with me. And then what we'll do, we'll move the board around so that Mark can tell me his lineup. And then the players that I've put in for City are the team that I think will face. I don't know. I think we'll face. So, and then you guys let us know your lineups in the chat. And me and Mark will go with what we think that Amram will go with tomorrow. So just before we do that, City are 15th. And let's all laugh at City quickly. Hey, I see, by the way, Mark, just before we go on, stories in the house. Good to see it. Please smash that like. Please subscribe. Please get the word out about Tactical Devils to actually everybody that you know, please. As I say, Jarvis puts a lot of hard work in behind the scenes when he's not getting hammered in keeping this channel running. So please show him some love, show him some support, and like and subscribe. Really interesting then with Newcastle winning today, and good old Rudy Vuller's son popped one in on his debut, didn't he?
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to call him Voldemort. Voldemort, isn't he something to do with Harry Potter? No, or is that Lord of the Rings? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, he popped one in. Rudy Vuller's son popped one in. So really interesting. Zubimendi scored. So God knows what. Yeah, he scored twice. So God knows what's happening.
Did you see the first one? Paul Scholes.
No, I can't believe he scored.
Mate. He won't hit another one like it in his career. Headed out from the corner on the volley. It's an absolute peach of a volley.
I haven't seen it yet. I'll probably catch up with Match of Day a little bit later once we've concluded the show. So, Mark, before we go into it, then just give us your thoughts about the game, what your expectations are. Nothing to do with the team, but how you think we'll approach it, mentally tomorrow. And our City, the favourites, being on home turf.
Well, our City favourites, I think City are always got to be favourites because of the players they have. They have game changers in their team, and they definitely play as a team to a degree. I'm going to contradict myself in a minute when I start talking about how they're playing at the moment.
Yeah,
but I know I'm quite confident if he picks the right starting 11. So that's going to be the interesting point. The Sesko or Xerxes, that kind of debate up front, because we know one of them's going to have to come in. But yeah, I'm never really that worried about this as a derby, because to me, it's the shittest derby that we have. To me, Liverpool's a derby. Leeds is a derby.
Agree. Yeah.
Man City is like playing the guy who won the lottery and went out and bought every player. So they've always been the shit team. And yes, they've gone above us. They haven't done it slowly, steadily building up over time like every other team. Even Liverpool's comeback's been a slow, steady build over time.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have that. It's more like, mate, this guy. Remember when you're at school, someone turns up in all the designer gear, and you look at her, and eventually, as you get older, you go, "Hang on, that's a D, mate, on those Reeboks. It says Redoc. You got them in Spain." That sort of thing when we were kids.
Yeah.
And you just start seeing things, and it's. I love seeing them be like they are at the moment. I love laughing at them, but they seem to be getting away with murder. And eventually their time will run out. So, and I'm hoping we're on a good form against them over the last 3 years. I'd say we probably had the upper hand on them for the last 3 years since Ten Hag came in. Anyway, like consistently, like one in two, but we win. which is what you want if you're trying to get back up the top. But yeah, no, I think this is really the most. It's not crucial for Amorim to win it for his job. It's crucial to Amorim to win it because of everyone just said, City are down players.
Yes.
Currently, but also he said he'd sort things in 2 weeks. So now he's got to live up to his words.
Yeah,
and that's what I think the show should really be about tonight. Is he said he had 2 weeks, he'll address things, he'll sort things out that they weren't doing, and tomorrow they got to show it. Has he sorted it out? Has he sorted out the lack of discipline on the pitch?
Well, that's what I'm looking to see, actually, myself. What discipline we've got. Questions about the team. Will Maino play? Where will he play Bruno? What are our expectations from Maino and Bruno? With probably Casemiro, maybe, or possibly it could well be Ugarte. I mean, we don't know. So let me put my team up, Mark. Have a look at it. See what you think. It's just something that I'm looking at doing. So let's
come on, Stu. You get it up live on camera. That would be great. Instead of me just being balls out.
Yes. So there you go. So that's my team. Have a look at it and see what you think. And that's what I'd like to see.
In that shape?
In that shape, yeah. I mean, I'll go through my reasoning, but I just want you to have a look at it first. And then give me a comment.
The idea. You're looking. Yeah, okay. I can understand why you would line it up like that. You got Mbomo and Tesco on the wrong sides, but
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking.
I get the idea. You want a 2 up top. You want 3-5-2.
I'm looking at a 3-5-2, but I'm looking to squeeze the play in and around here, and because obviously we're looking at Sesko is likely to be, I would say, the lone striker who's going to occupy Diaz or Canesso, and I'm using Mbumo as more of a, not a 10 in particular, but more to drop in and hold and help the 3 in the middle. The reason I've done it,
the link man, like the old school 4-4-2, the York out of the York and Cole.
Yeah, so let me just put him here for the minute, because I think Sesko there, because we know what Reinders is going to do. We know that Silva's going to operate in this area, isn't he? He doesn't stay on the left-hand side. He doesn't stay in the right. We know he's going to operate in a circular area. And we know that Cassante, if he plays, I mean, look, I don't know, whether this is how City, are likely to play. But Cassante, I think he's not as mobile. I'm not saying he's not as mobile as Silva, but I don't think he covers as much ground as Silva. And we know what Doku's going to do. He's just going to run from Ake to Yoro. He's going to play that middle third. And
you've left Rodri out.
Well, I don't think Rodri's fit, is he?
But he started the last game that they played. And then I don't know if he played for Spain. So
yeah, well, that's what I mean. I don't know if he's fit.
He wasn't on the injury. He's not on injury list of I've had City players.
If Rodri plays, then obviously I'd switch these two. So hypothetically, then let's just put Rodri in here. That's it, isn't it? So let's put him in there. So we know that. So my thought is, and the idea is that we contain their front 4. I'm not talking so much about Doku. I'm not talking so much about Booth. So if you've got Sesko, maybe positions himself here, and then you've got Mbumo. Haaland's going to be in and around. Haaland's going to be in and around here anyway, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then you've got Silva will come in, he'll play here. You've got Reinders who will play high up. And you've got Rodri is likely to play here. Now, you've got Dorgu. Shaw can tuck in. Yoro can tuck in. and you've got Bruno to hold Silva here. Mazzari can play here. If the ball is over there, okay? If the ball's over here, then I'd expect Mazzari to push in, Yoro to come across. Depending on, I would expect Haaland to be here. Would you, Mark, or maybe here?
He'll be annoying this middle centre back, but he does peel to the back post normally.
But we can bring Shaw in, we can bring Casemiro back, and then if Bob comes in here, we've got cover from Dorgu, and the same with Reyners. We've got cover with Mainu, and then we've got as your floating player. What's your thoughts on that? Just your outline thoughts on. I mean, it really is a question of your thoughts, and see what you think.
No, I understand what you're trying to say. The reason we've been quite successful while being shit in the last couple of seasons against City is the fact that City slowed the game down too much for it suits us. Because when you got someone like Casemiro who can't necessarily sprint at a high speed, but he can get back in when you're trying to make 20,000 passes in the other team's half. So the biggest problem for me is who plays alongside Casemiro and doesn't leave him exposed. So
that's why I decided, Mark, to try a 3-5-2. Philip's right about when he comes in, he says talk about the 3-4-3. Phil, you're absolutely right, pal. And I understand by going with the two wing backs, and that's really to get their defence. I think Philip, honestly, pal, I think you're spot on. I really do. And Mark will tell you, Phil, I would normally go, wouldn't I, with that system because I like the attacking. But I just think with three in the middle, if you are playing Rodri, you are playing Reinders, and you are playing Silva, whether we like it or not, they're pretty mobile, aren't they?
They are, but Silva's Bruno Fernandes, Silva, there should be a man marking job on. He should know him inside out. Right, so Bruno Fernandes should be doing a man marking job on Silva if he's back in the midfield.
So you would put so where I've got Bruno there, then Mark, you would agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Whether he plays on the right or the left, I just expect Bruno, when they've got the ball, your man marking Silva, you understand his movements.
What about Mainu on Rangers?
Yep. Because I'd expect Casemiro to be doing the feet screening job on Haaland.
So you're talking about this, aren't you? You're talking about Casemiro screening from here.
Move outside the like if you like the right or left centre back. He literally moves in between them, and like the centre back, like De Ligt would do, he'd be doing the movements across like that. I would expect Casemiro to do the same.
So I've just moved Ake and Nunez up purely in hypathy. What would you like to see us do from there? Because we've got 3 spare men, haven't we? I agree with you on Casemiro, so I think that leaves us 2 men. That leaves us Shaw, and that leaves us Yoro. So I'm instantly pushing Dorgu into this position here.
Well, if the ball got switched, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm pushing Shaw.
You can't do that when the ball's on the right. So where you have the ball now, if a backward pass came in, Mazraoui would stay on Dorgu. Bruno would have to leave Silva to go to Ake, and then Burmo has to be on his toes to pick up Silva.
Yeah,
because you don't want Casemiro having to make that run out towards Silva. You don't want Mazraoui pushing up and Euros stepping out, because then the ball's easy to find Haaland, because if Casemiro's on the wrong side. Yeah. So this is all the stuff which I'm talking about. Has he been working on this? Has he been looking at how they play with only 2 defenders and they put everyone else in their own half? Sometimes even the defenders are in our half. They're literally 10 players in our half. When you have 10 v 10, it's never 10 v 10, is it? You know that. You want the +1 in defense.
Of course it isn't. Yeah,
so you want someone to sit there and not mark and work as an extra centre back or an extra right back, left back. You want them to fill those gaps.
What would you do with Mbeumo? I'm just going to make that quick change, but we still got Casemiro.
So right now, if the ball was with Dorgu, that would be fine, but you would want Casemiro sort of where he is, but if Haaland comes towards the ball, Casemiro comes in left side centre back. If Haaland moves away from the ball, he comes in right side centre back.
So if Haaland came in here,
Casemiro,
you'd allow De Ligt to float like that, roughly, and then you'd have Casemiro in that area.
No, because when you're playing three at the back, the most important thing you have to do is go man for man.
Yeah.
Because the easiest thing for someone with pace, although they couldn't do it in this thing, but you use the same rule, is De Ligt should stay on the man. So even if he comes short and away from the danger area, you're probably going to run past Casemiro. So Casemiro, you just move in the centre back. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Would you consider then? Let me just see if this hole here.
Yeah.
And then you've got, let's have a quick look. And then you've got maybe, maybe Haaland dropping into here. Having Casemiro, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, Mark. Having Casemiro marking Haaland here and De Ligt spare, Dorgu floats the ball in and around here to say Haaland.
Yeah,
with a bigger player, would you consider De Ligt to be better being spare just on an instance of that nature? I'm talking hypathy here. It's just.
I know what you're saying. If he starts high and comes back, that's one thing. But if he's staying back and running in behind, then De Ligt would be spare because he hasn't been picked up by his man. That he's playing on Casemiro's shoulder. But as a striker's movement, something I try to teach and something I used to do, if you can get a holding midfielder checking his shoulder for you, or the centre back passing him on, and as soon as he thinks you've got him, you move on to a centre back, and then you move on to the other centre back, then you might drop onto and they're constantly passing him on. Someone's going to switch off, and that's when you exploit that. It's as soon as they've not picked you up or not passed you on, you go. It's making people
I'd agree.
check their shoulders. Haaland is very good at like that kind of movement, but Man City are very poor at finding him. Like I watched the Brighton game and they do not play it into his feet. They literally want where you've got them set up now is don't pass to the striker scenario until they get this kind of set up down on the edge of the 18-yard box. And I don't get it because when Pep first came in and he had Mahrez, like he let them run and take players on the wing. Dorgu's not allowed to do that. Jack Grealish wasn't allowed to do that. I don't know enough about Oscar Bob because obviously he had that injury. But
he's a winger, isn't he?
Winger.
Yeah, he's a winger. Yeah.
No, but technical winger, so skillful, taking people on. But he doesn't want them doing that. He wants the little one-touch passing, moving in, and then the ball coming from deep, from the Reinders or the Silvers. What we would call the De Bruyne pass. Where he whips it in for Haaland, who manages to peel away at the back post. If you watch a lot of Man City's goals, it's the same sort of movements. And I think that's why they're struggling, because everyone's studied it for now, 10 years?
Yeah, no, I agree. So in terms of if we were to get ball turnover then, i.e. Bindier collects it. Oh, sugar, get off that. Bindier collects it here. Then how are you looking to spring?
Oh, this is the problem. So you wouldn't have three at the back. They will not have three at the back because they step it. One of the centre backs steps in alongside sort of where Mbeumo is now. They would occupy Mbeumo to stop that counter attack. They're happy to have two.
Diaz or Knesov,
yeah. They almost play like when they attack for when you got a corner and you leave one up, you leave someone up, and so therefore they leave two players back.
Yeah,
that's how they defend pretty much through the entire game.
Yeah.
But if Bindier caught it,
which way are you going with him? Which way are you going? You're going left, or you're going right?
For me, in this scenario, Casemiro needs to be getting the ball to feet and stepping out into play to bring Reinders or Silva towards him, and you start picking your passes, right?
So you're looking at Casemiro moseying around there, and you're looking at Reinders coming across.
So therefore, you take it off the Mainu, and then you can start playing it up for, go long to play back. Allowing us to get out.
So you'd lob it into maybe Mainu there. You're hoping that Dorgo's pushing Nunes back, and that Bob is tracking in and around this area.
So there's when you play 5 at the back, there's little tactical things you can do to, if you get the turnover, be in a better position. So if we were to play your 2 up front, okay, you would have the centre backs be pinned by 2 strikers. So your strikers are man mark the centre backs. So
I'm looking for that. Yeah, I'm looking for that, Mark. And the only
we
reason
won't do that.
I know, but I would want that in a way. And I get your point. I would want the 2 strikers to occupy. By the way, the guys are. Sorry, but I can't get. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's sticking up a bit. Yeah. I do agree with you, but sometimes what I'd like, Mark, is I always like from a centre half, I want a striker to occupy me. For that reason, I can track you and I can keep an eye on you. And you are right. I don't think City's 2 centre halves, because they do play a flat back four, don't they, City? So City's 2 centre halves won't necessarily want to occupy both. And Bumo,
no, they want to get involved in the build-up.
They'll want to get involved, but I'm hoping that the runners, Matari and Dorgu, are going to try and at least occupy City's two fullbacks. I think you're right. That might be difficult.
We will play a lopsided wing-back system where Dorgu stays fine and Mazraoui stays back, and we'll attack a lot down the left. Reason being, but Mazraoui is the smart. It's wrong to say it. He's the more experienced player before I say he's the smarter player. He's the more experienced player, which will allow us to drop into a back 4 or at least progress the ball forwards, given those options, coming back towards the ball. But we've always beaten City with counter-attacks, with pace. This is probably the first season. I know we've got in Burmo, we don't have that pace.
Yeah, we have. Yeah. Just before we carry on, Mark, Sanchez has brilliantly donated us a super chat. I don't know if you'd like to read out, Mark, and maybe answer his question.
It's caught me well off. If Spurs finish top 6 and United finish above 10th, does Ruben Amorim stay? The only reason I can compare with Spurs is because we had a similar season in the Premier League.
Good question.
I'd like to know why you think Spurs will finish top 6. That's probably the biggest thing out of that. If Spurs just finished in 9th and we finished in 10th, that's fine.
Aren't they on 9 points?
10th is pretty much the same positions.
Yeah, aren't they on 9 points, Spurs, at the minute?
They've won tonight, haven't they? So they played.
Yeah, they won tonight. Yeah, so I think they're on.
We're
9
on
points,
4.
Spurs.
We're on 4.
City below us, by the way.
City
below us. Let's get that out there, guys.
Yeah,
City are below us.
No, Amorim, in my opinion, all this calling for Amorim he's having, you got to look at the teams we're playing early on. You got to look at how this start of the Premier League breaks down. We've just had 2 weeks off, international break.
Yeah,
we're going to play City, Chelsea, Brentford, Sunderland.
Thank you, Sanchez, for that brilliant comment. And
Sunderland. But then we go on an international break again.
We do,
don't we? No run of form, and we probably got a really hard start to the season. So
Jamie
I wouldn't really be looking at the results currently.
Yeah, but I totally agree. So, Mark, going back then to my system and players, let's not go through yours just at the minute, but give me an overview on what you think I was trying to achieve, what you think about my player choice. And then we'll start, looking at your side and see what you would do. Because obviously, me and you view football differently, but we try and get the same. We try and get the same, don't we? So, just be critical. It doesn't matter. It's just an opinion. Just an opinion.
If I'm honest, I think the starting 11 almost picks itself for this game. Reason being, obviously, Cunha's out injured. Mount's out injured. Both started really well. The only debatable one, and like I say this for my own formation, is Sesko over Xerxes, because we're not sure how fit Xerxes is. He played the 2 international games, but apparently wasn't fit enough to play for us. But he's managed to play 90 minutes in both games for them, or as long as he stayed on the pitch, but started and played a dominant match. He came off with cramp against Grimsby. So when it came to needing a player when Mount came off, was it Cunha? Sorry, Cunha came off.
Yeah.
He put on Xerxes. So Xerxes against City would make more sense to play in that false 9. You know what we're saying about having someone a little bit deeper.
Well, let's get your team up. Let's get your team up then, Mark.
My team would still be Sesko up front because of his height. He has the height for the outball to at least flick it on wide. Do you know what I mean? If you are going to try and get a sprint out,
I do. So let's put you up. So is there? Do
you want what I expect?
Let's play here then, Mark.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to ask you a quick question. This player here, would you remove him for Xerxes? Before you go onto your team, I really just think quick question, and it's I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Before you answer that, sorry, we've got another super chat from Titanium. Thank you so much, guys. The super chats mean an awful lot to Jarvis, myself, and Mark. Although Mark is now going to claim off stream that we're only getting super chats because he's on stream. I mean, you know what he's like that. He's a bit of a big head off stream. No, he's not. I'll read the question, Mark. See what you think. Just spent 300 on a limo and discovered that the fee don't include a driver. Can't believe I spent all that money. You have nothing to show for it. Wonderful joke. Well, absolutely brilliant. Love the Devilish Tacticos.
Love that.
Absolutely brilliant.
That's going in the memory bank.
It is, yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm Titanium. Absolutely brilliant. Really, really appreciate it. So, sorry, Mark. My question was, Manu, would we consider? Yeah.
No. I generally am still struggling to see what Xerxes brings to the team. I know what he's good at. I think he's got great feet. I think he can trick a player, but he reminds me of a Timu version of Berbatov.
Timu version of Berbatov. I can see the similarity, and I can see where you're going with that. Yeah, absolutely.
He doesn't sprint. He's got a great touch. He seems to be able to use both feet, but he can't shoot. He seems to get lost inside the box.
Yeah,
and he reminds me of the classic. And you'll get this. The street footballer. He's got all the tricks, and he's always looking for the nutmeg and things like that, rather than the pass.
Yeah.
I think he just needs some proper coaching. But
yeah, I tend to agree. All right. Well, look, that was so guys, Devilish Tacticos, my system there was just something I would like to see. I know it's not a feasible system just yet. I don't think the players are up to speed just there. I think a lot of the guys are talking sense about would a front 2 work? Are we better off going with 3 with City? Me and Mark will discuss what we actually think the team will be in a while. But let's just get Mark's team up then and see what you think. So let me just put everybody
back into
position.
So I'll give you how I think we should set up to beat City.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily and then like you said later on we'll do what we expect the manager to do, because
what we expect the manager to do. Yeah, he's
got his own way of playing.
That's pretty much how City are going to line up, isn't it? Give or take.
Yeah, give or take. Something
so
like
that. Here's our mix of players. You tell me where you want them, and I'll put them in.
So set the back 3 up as normal. The current back 3, a Euro Shaw Delit back 3.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sesko up top in the D on his
Yeah.
own. So in the middle.
Yeah.
Behind him, Kobe Mainu.
Okay.
Only because Cunha's out injured.
Yeah.
No, putting directly behind him.
Oh, sorry. Direct. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. To the right of him would be Mbomo.
Okay. Do you want Mbomo there or
no level? This
level?
is
Okay.
a 3-2-3-1. 4-3-2-1.
4-3-2-1. Yeah.
It will be a 4-3-2-1 once you realise what I do.
Yeah.
And then Bruno Fernandes on the left side, because that's his favourite bloody place to disappear on the pitch.
So Casemiro, you're talking there.
Casemiro, you would need a Ugarte in the double pivot.
Right. So how are you setting up then? So you've got Casemiro here.
Would come out the team.
So Dorgu out. So let me just take him
out for Ugarte. Bear in mind, I don't think Ugarte will play this year.
Okay. Like, and where do you want Ugarte?
He will be a double pivot, so one there and one in between the other centre backs.
Okay.
Now, and like I said, it would actually be 4 at the back. So it's Mazraoui right back, Luke Shaw left back, and those 2 as centre backs.
Okay, that's
4-2-3-1 is the formation. We have best suit in class players, and Burmo is probably one of the best in that position, up with Salah. Bruno, I would change for Cunha if he was fit, for obvious reasons.
Who's this character? Oh, dear man. Who's this character? Jarvis, my mate. I hope you're well. In fact, I hope you're alive and not dying of alcohol poisoning. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. But great to see you in the chat. Just so you know, Jarvis, I've given my preferred lineup. Mark's now going through his preferred lineup, and then we're going to discuss for the final part of the show what we actually think Amran will do. So that's where we are. There is tons of you watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Here he is. Jarvis giving us a nice one. I hope you're doing well. Jarvis here checking in from Zagreb. I'll be back again soon. Enjoy Stu and Mark in the meantime. Top lads. Thank you very much, Jarvis. You're getting a lot of love in the chat. Big up Jarvis. Vulps is in. Big up Jarvis. Wizzer, 888, quadruple 8 says Sesko has some nice technique, but he better make use of it now and sharpen up. Good comment, that. Really, really good comment. Lower class Brum, says Jarvis. Boxing's what else have we got here? Steve James says, what happens to people once they reach 36? They confess all that they're on a stream, Okay. Like the picture of Lawrenson, though. Maybe elaborate on that. Jamie Wayne dreading the team shit. I think we all were when we saw buying deer between the sticks. Jamie Wayne says, Stu, will he play Bruno as a CM tomorrow? Well, Mark's going to Mark, come on to that in a minute. Story, good, but swap. Put Bruno in the middle, Ahmad right, and Bumo left, and Mino in for Ugarte. Then we're cooking. And I'm Titanium says he's 28 and not 36. Boxing Straight Talk, good to see you, my friend. Big thumbs up and a clap to Jarvis. Right then, Mark, let's get into it then.
Shall I explain why and why?
Yes, let's get into it. Yeah. So direct me where you want me to put the players, and I'll move them around, and then you can let the viewers know why.
I like to always look at our lineups from a attacking point of view, because if you've got the ball, that's the best defense you can have, right? If you're in control of the ball, they can't attack you. The reason, and I'll cover it straight off, I don't think Ahmad is doing as he's being told currently when put on the pitch. I've seen the manager getting very frustrated with him. Mainu's been given his chance, and now it probably is the right time to step in. But this formation would work best, like I was going to say, for Jarvis popped up in the chat, would best with Cunha, But Bruno,
Yeah.
when he plays in midfield, I look at every heat map from the games. He's always popping up on his left side, doing an in-swinging ball with his right foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so he loves to be there. And Burmo has only ever played on the right-hand side, so I do not think he's going to get put over the left. He has never done it his entire career. He started as a right winger, right of a front three, and then the right-sided attacker of a front two. So this would allow us, if Sesko, you moved up in between, say, Diaz and I can't even say this now, the other defender.
I think he's been playing recently, hasn't he? Because left Nogma or whatever he's called.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it.
So you want Sesko in between?
So Sesko would be your front man in the middle of your two centre backs, like we said, being a pain in the arse.
Okay.
Now, when you play a 3-10s, as I like to call them, you can imagine that this is going to cause havoc for the holding midfielder, the right backs, and the other central midfielder.
Here, Rodri, aren't you?
Yeah. So, in theory, you would say Rodri would probably try and mark Mainu. And
so
Mainu would be your ball player. Yeah, if you move him there.
Yeah.
But if you had Mbermo, come up to the same level with Mainu, and Bruno come up level with Mainu.
Boom over there, maybe.
Yeah. So now you've got to say who's picking them up. Do they come out and leave the fullback spare? Because if they do that, we control the midfield.
Yeah. So so there's your choice. You're talking about these two here, aren't you?
They all have to step out and create a bigger gap.
Make that decision. Yeah.
Okay. So the reason you would use Casemiro and Ugarte is the proper way of playing a double pivot for a holding midfielder. And Casemiro is a ball playing holding midfielder, whether people realise that or not.
Yeah,
that's what he's made his career doing. He's lost his legs, not his ability to kick a football.
Yeah. So Casemiro, you're saying, should just operate in this area here, shouldn't
Casemiro will operate because he always sneaks into the box. But if we're pinning them back in this respect and their midfielders are coming back, Haaland's not going to be picking up a midfielder. Dorgu is not going to be tucking in, picking up a holding midfielder. Do you see what I mean? So people have to step out. And that's where Silva will have to either mark Casemiro and Diaz come out and mark Mbermo, or Ake has to come in.
And so you're talking here then as your spare man. So, right. So let me just hold him back. And I agree with you on there because I think Ake, not Dorgu so much because Mazzari will hold in here. Shaw will hold in here if Bob was to pick the ball up deep. I agree. I don't think they'll make the run, Diaz and Knesov. I think it'll be Ake. I think it'll be Nunes.
Exactly.
Or go in and help.
If you do that, which is what most teams would do, because we are now so used to playing three at the back, and as we've spoken many a times before, formations mean jack shit because when you have the ball, 9 times out of 10, you only have 3 players at the back because the right back or the left back is pushed on, right? Mazraoui can take Dorgu all the way down the line now, or Shaw can take Oscar Bob all the way down the line, depending on what side of the pitch is on.
No, that I agree. So
you can move into a solid back three and have 2 protectors in front, which on the halfway line, if you went all the way to halfway line, you have a back 5.
Yeah. So you're talking, so Casemiro is probably in and around here. I agree with you. I don't think Haaland will follow Casemiro, or Casemiro holds around here and Ugarte's in there.
Yeah. Again, so one of them, Reinders or Silva's going to have to do a marking job and come out, creating more space.
Euro and Delict are pushed up, aren't they, to probably in and around here?
Yeah, and depending on what side the ball is on, your fullback would tuck in and make the 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A 4 with Casemiro.
Yeah, so if the ball's on this side with Bob, then you've got Mazzari.
Yeah, he tucks in, everyone shuffles over and shuts the gaps up.
Yeah, exactly right.
And so Casemiro can then drop in as a 5, and his legs don't become an issue because he can move back with the defence.
So that could, you could go into that, exactly. So in terms of, I've got 2 balls on here for some reason. In terms of our attacking side of it then, we've got a nice hole here. What are you doing to exploit that hole?
I'm using Amarin's thing where the centre back steps in and plays that ball because he's
You're
going to
looking
be
to play delete. Yeah, okay.
yeah, Delit or a Euro or a Mazrari. Like
Depending
I say,
on
all depends
depending on the
how
size, depending on the side of where we're countering. Yeah.
yeah, they can do that, or we can put Casemiro into there. Like I say, it all depends on how the game's breaking down to who would occupy that space. I would hope they're being taught about, bit like you guys, when I first came on the channels, you would talk about the corner flags, the little boxes everywhere. It's broken into boxes, and they occupy them. De Zerbi's very much about that. He basically laid out like a checkered pitch at Brighton's training ground.
Yeah, that's
like,
right. Yeah.
You stand here, you stand there, so there's always an angle if everyone's in these positions. And with the attack, what you can punish when you have 3-10s. Obviously, everyone loves football, the little 1-2s and little flicks around the corner. You can now penetrate down the side of the centre backs.
So you're talking. Let's just get a quick line. If I can find the line. So you're talking in and around here, aren't you?
Yeah, you narrow the pitch.
In and around there. Oh, that's a terrible line, I know, but anyway, it'll do. So that's where you're talking.
It looks like Jarvis has been on the show tonight and drawing that line.
It does, yeah. But that's what you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Mainu just holds, and you end up with like a Mainu and Ugarte around the edge because that if you're trying to penetrate, the midfielders would come up, right?
Yeah, because
it would leave us.
And Bruno's got two options, hasn't he? And Bruno's got two options.
Yeah, you can go inside
to push
or outside.
Nunes in here, and we try and push Ake in there, or he comes in on the inside, and Bruno comes on the inside to get his.
How you have that now is pretty much what we're trying to do. We play the one up top and 2 10s. And
so here's my question then, Mark.
Side of fullbacks.
Yeah, here's my question, Donnarumma.
Yeah,
we know if that was not Trafford. We know if that was Onana. He's there, isn't he? Is Donnarumma likely to come and meet a ball in, and is Sesko likely to be up against that?
For his first game, he's going to want to show he can claim everything, but his centre backs are not going to be used to that.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, but they've had time to train. Well, they haven't. Man City centre backs have all been on international duty. Donnarumma's been on international duty. They haven't trained together. They've got 4 or 5 training sessions, and most of that for Donnarumma would be about the passing patterns and things for playing out from the back.
Yeah.
So that will be one of the things to keep an eye on. I wouldn't expect him to come too high out of his box to start with, but it's something we should probably look to exploit.
So you think there might be a space here?
I think if you were slotting the ball in and you're almost putting Sesko one-on-one with a defender in behind, is the keeper coming to slide out and take it, or is he expecting the defender to clear it up? We don't know how that's going to work out. Just test the waters early with those balls in.
So as your wingers, then you're expecting Mbeumo to operate in this area here. And
yes,
Bruno
because
then
the fullback can get on the outside, and that's where you create the overload. So you can get 4 to 5.
And you're looking for Shaw to be in and around here.
Yeah, if you wanted to pin them back in their box and play some football, that's what you do.
Yeah,
but it's about being smart. And there's 2 players on there that don't like each other currently, and that's Bruno and Shaw. From what I've seen, they seem to be arguing a lot with each other. So that link-up play there needs to be spot on.
Yeah.
And it could also be Mainu. Let's be fair. Footballers are selfish. A lot of people don't like to talk about it, Stu. They're selfish. They're egotistical. They worry about their stats and their bonuses and everything like that at the top level.
Yeah, they do.
If Mainu starts having a great game, Bruno is not going to give him the ball because they're fighting for the same spot when everyone's fit.
Yeah, no. Look, I agree. I don't disagree with your, with your thought process. Well, I think both actual formations have got their merits. Both different ways of applying pressure, and both, equally would gain penetration. I don't think he'd ever run with a 3-5-2 at all. I really don't. And we are currently kind of playing a 4-2-3-1, although we'd have you believe we're playing a 3-4-3. So I do think we're actually looking at doing a 4-2-3-1. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think of Mark's formation.
I think with Cunha, Bruno, and Mbermo, Jesus Christ, teams would love to have those 3 10s on the pitch.
Yeah,
imagine that with a Haaland up front.
Here we are. Yeah, Big Trev's in the house. Trevor Wade is in the house. Evening, Stu and Mark. Just in for the one comment tonight. Was just wondering how's Jarvis gone for his grooming at the vets tonight. As you know how much he wants to be Rick Astley, Pooch lookalike. Jarvis is in our grave. He's actually in the chat, or was in the chat. I don't think he's totally hammered yet, although he has been sending videos and pictures of beer and sake. So potentially he's struggling. Story says, I hope Doku plays for City. He's a very poor winger. You never know what dance he will take and go around. It must be frustrating for Haaland, absolutely. Jamie Wayne's talking about Varga and penetration. Okay. Strange one, that one, but there you go. And Volp saying it's a very penetrating formation. 88 watching you combined on YouTube and Twitter. We do seem to be in YouTube jail for some reason. We don't know what we've done. YouTube isn't pushing our videos out for some particular reason, but the games come thick and fast as of Sunday, so hopefully we'll be able to get more coverage for the
it's
channel.
Guys, get on there, like it, check your bells, but they haven't changed because last week mine had changed from all notifications just to whatever the one below that was. So get on there. These likes, I know how many are watching Stu on YouTube.
It's about 35, I think. So we need
35. So that's a guaranteed 35 likes because all you got to do is come out your chat, hit the thumbs up, come straight back in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm getting told off by Jamie.
You're not going to miss anything, and chat isn't moving that fast. But your comment,
Jamie, read the chat fully, Stu. I am trying. I'm kind of getting, struggling a bit. But this is one I wanted to bring up. Localized Brum says Shaw can't run anymore, hence he's why he's in the back three. Bruno and Shaw versus the legs and energy of Bob and Lewis would be very funny for neutrals. Yeah, absolutely.
Shaw you could take out and play Dorgu. I just think Shaw, if he has got his legs back, is still potentially one of the best.
We're missing Dallo, aren't we? Dallo's got a muscle strain, so we're missing him. And so it's got to be Dorgu and Matari, hasn't it? It has to be.
Well, I popped up at Portugal's training and took him out. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, somebody should do, because I don't know what's wrong with him. Let's see. Let's have a look. Stewie has to play tomorrow. Mino and push Fernandez to cam, mate. Okay, yeah, interesting. I think that's your. Should
we move on to the expected lineup, or?
Yeah, I just want to see if I can go through the comments if I've missed anything. I think I've missed quite a lot actually. Jarvis is in causing grief. He's arguing with somebody, God knows who. Sanchez, thank you very much for your super chat, buddy. And he also says that Højlund scored tonight in his first 15 minutes for Napoli. Shame.
Yeah, De Bruyne scored after 6. Højlund scored after 14.
What's happening to the mighty McTominay? That's what I want to know.
He was running the show, and unfortunately, De Gea was the one on the other end of it.
The receiving end of it, yeah.
But the best point, guys, you've got to watch. Like, I know United aren't in Europe, but when Tuesday night or Wednesday night, Man City, Napoli, De Bruyne, McTominay, Rasmus Højlund to take down City in the Champions League.
I think City get battered. Yeah, I think Højlund, De Bruyne and McTominay all score. CRM, good to see you. Thank you so much. Draw tomorrow if Vardial plays. I thought he was still injured, but I could be wrong, CRM.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's saying there's only 3 players. Shirky.
We know Cherky's out, don't we? Yeah.
The other one, not Manmouche, and
Manmouche was out, yeah.
I can't remember who the other one is. I've got it written down.
Let's have a look. CRM also says play Sesko tomorrow.
Leighton Nori and Kovacic, or however you pronounce it.
Yeah, Kovacic. Ain't Nori injured?
But Nori was out, but John Stones is, I've got down as doubtful, but he's just said there was only 3 players, and I can't remember if it was Nori or Kovacic. He said
I know Kovacic. I know Kovacic isn't playing. Yeah, for definite. Stein Gaming says, I don't want Bruno on the wing. Must be in or near a 10 for me.
Well, we're not talking about he wouldn't be
we
on the
won't.
wing.
No, we
That-
won't.
3-10s, it stays narrow, and the fullbacks do the wing play. The reason you wouldn't need him on the wing is because both in that formation, and Burmo is a great crosser of the ball with his right foot.
Yeah.
And Bruno crosses from that position all game, every game. Instead of passing to the winger when he should, he puts the ball into the box with an in-swinger. So that's actually
totally
where he
agree.
plays. If you watch it and you look at his heat map, I've put him where he likes to play. So he would suit that formation. But if I was to play it with all available players, he would play in the middle and dictate the play and be able to get the shots off and get into the box.
Totally agree. Helga, I'm in trouble with the link for some reason. I don't quite know what the issue is. So I'll try and sort it out and try and get you on tomorrow night so you can come and talk to myself and Mark about the game. So I'll try and find out what's going on. I'll reach out to you after the show, but I'm not quite sure why the link I'm sending you is not showing up properly on your X. So sorry about that, pal. I'm Titanium is off. Yeah, thanks for joining us, pal. Really appreciate it. You're going to go and penetrate something. Good luck. Good lad, I think. Highlands is more suited to Serie A compared to the Premier League. I wouldn't disagree with that. I wouldn't disagree too much, but I know what you're saying. And Hoyland more suited to Serie A. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah, we've done that twice. Okay. Believe it or not, guys, we've done an hour. I can't believe we've done an hour already, Mark. It's absolutely flown by. It really has. Keep the comments coming in.
It's been half an hour reading the comments. The comments are flying tonight.
Yeah, they are. 8 of you are still tuned into us. Thank you so much for that. Again, I reiterate, YouTubers and pushing us about. So please, anything you can do, please like, subscribe, tell all your friends and family just to come in and tune. As I say, Jarvis works hard in the background. Good stream, guys. Thank you, CRM. Great to have you. Right then, chaps, let's go back to the tactics board and let's see what we think Mr. Amarin will do.
Well, we'll pick the 10 players. We all know who the goalkeeper is because he said it in his
we know Binder is playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just put these in. We don't know what City are doing. That's our best guess for City, but we could be wrong.
So I think we're going to have a discussion here on one specific position. You got to put Dorgu, take Ugarte out and put Dorgu back in because I think we agree Dorgu is going to be on the left.
I think Dorgu plays, yeah. So let's just put City in their kind of formation.
This is always a really hard thing to have a conversation about because I do this most weeks with our manager and how I would coach. He has his formation that he wants to play, and it's how you look at your formation. Are you picking your formation based on how we are going to win the game, or are you picking your formation on stopping them from winning the game? You know.
Yes.
So I think Man United are definitely in that kind of scenario currently.
Yes.
So I
usually
with this
formation, that's what he'll do, isn't it? He'll do something like that, won't he, Mark? He'll do something similar to that to start with. But we know that Bruno out the three is the.
Well, this one I'd like to. Let's keep the chat involved here because I think chat. Let me know. Do you think just a simple yes, no in the chat? This is his starting 11 for
let us know what you think. Okay, that's interesting. So Steve James was saying that Maz needs to play as right centre back, marking Haaland. That's interesting because he's quite tall. Euro. So we're dropping Euro, yeah. Euro, yeah.
Let us know if you're dropping Euro and who you're bringing in.
And then we'll make those changes to what you.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, City have Guardiola. So we think you think Guardiola is going to play rather than Ake. Okay. Swap Bruno and Mino, then take Mino out for Ahmad. Okay. Well, let's start. Where do you want to start then, Mark?
So I agree with how you set that team up. Bar 2 players, I would swap their positions.
Yeah.
And it's going to be the main debate. So I would swap Bruno and Mainu, and I would play Mainu in the 10 and Bruno there. Now, people keep saying play Ahmad in, like we just had in the chat there. Take Mainu out, put Ahmad in.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Right. So the two things that you're asking do not suit where he plays the players. Right. We're not picking this on the player's name, how they've done. And Mbeumo is not going to play left-sided 10 to
Correct.
fit
Ahmad.
No. Ahmad is not playing left-sided 10 because he hasn't done that with him. Ahmad is either playing the wing back, where this is why I agree with the Mazraoui comment, but I wouldn't drop Euro. I suppose you could drop Luke Shaw, put Euro the other side, and bring Mazraoui in.
So that's my other thing. Do we take Shaw out?
No, because, well,
Euro.
I don't think our back three have done anything wrong, and I would not change them. I think they've been quite solid.
But just say, for argument's sake, that's what they're looking at doing.
Yeah.
Just say, for argument's sake, that's what we're looking at doing. So that would be Ahmad. This is purely devil's advocate type stuff. That's Ahmad. So that's Shaw benched. Mazzari would definitely, if we're benching Shaw, Mazzari comes in here. We know that. Yoro, I agree, goes to left and then deletes. What they're saying in the chat.
I don't know. Folks, you say he literally played there last week. Ahmad did not come on the left-hand side last week. He played right wing back. So that's the only one I can think that's talking about. So let me explain why he's doing what he's doing. Last 2 years, we've been talking about having inverted wingers. So they're swinging the ball in with the left foot on the right foot on the left.
Yeah.
And how's that worked out for us?
Not brilliant.
Not brilliant. Main reason is it slows the play down because they always check back. And that puts your striker offside. So I've noticed he's keeping right footers on the right, left footers on the left, and allowing the wing backs to play the crosses. But we keep playing in the wrong players. I think that's safe to say. If Mazraoui is playing right-sided centre-back, I think Luke Shaw's being hard done by, and that's not going to help Manchester United. I can understand why people are not enjoying how Shaw's doing, but he's also played with Dalot at left-back for one game, leaving him widely exposed, which we have a centre-back here. He will tell you that is the one thing you don't want to be. You don't know whether you've got to come out or stay tucked in because you have to be keeping your eye in two different positions. That does not help someone who might not be fully fit. Ahmad on the right, defensively, is a very weak and quite a lot of a problem. Do you know what I mean? He comes back towards that ball and wants to get it under control, turn and run into a player.
Yeah.
And if he loses it, I feel like he's catching the Bruno vibe of, oh, I've been tackled. And it's like, no, mate, go win the ball back. Get back in your shape. And that's what I picked up on Amrin having to go at him a few times, like to get back.
Yes.
So I just feel that's why Mazraoui, if I was going to bring him in for this game, that would give me a solid back five. Dorgu can play left back. Mazraoui can play right back. Well, actually, now I've got a solid back five if we are under pressure.
Yeah.
But we're not the manager, so we can only speculate how we expect him to play. The Bruno and Mainu. So I think Mainu plays. I'm guessing you think Mainu plays over.
I think Mainu plays. Yeah.
I would like Ahmad to be given the chance to see what he can do with a left foot in that left-sided 10, because what's the difference between Ahmad and Cunha? Probably not much in their style of play. So, but he has not put him there. It would be interesting to see it, and I'm all for it. But the Bruno Casemiro experiment. I think that's the best way to call it, isn't it? It's been a bit of an experiment.
He is. Yes.
How does an experiment end up working? You come very close to being the insanity quote. At what point do you stop trying the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? But it's never going to click if you separate them. So, from my footballing experience, I'm sure I'd love your opinion here, is he can't afford to take Bruno out from that mid pivot just because he's missing a 10. We have an abundance of people who can play in that role, but we don't have an abundance of people who can play with Casemiro. So in this case, he lets Casemiro sit and play with Bruno.
So I agree with you on that. I like the idea of pushing Bruno up, and giving him that free role that he excels in. But I think I totally agree. I don't think he'll risk it. At the moment, if we can get a result out of this game tomorrow, once we've got past Chelsea and Liverpool, we've got a relatively straightforward run for a few games. So we need to hang in to where we are at the moment and do something. I think playing Bruno alongside Casemiro, I don't like it either, by the way, Mark. You know I don't. I think it's the only option.
One change you could make here, actually, if we're not forget the 10s, and you're talking about bringing in Ahmad or any other players, you could go with the Ugarte Casemiro.
You could go. I don't think. I don't think he'll do that.
Forward.
Yeah, I don't think he'll put a Garcia in.
I agree, but
we've not seen him really, have we, this season?
It's the kind of game where, as from my formation, 2 defensive sitting players might be needed.
Yes.
So
we're saying either Ugarte or Mainu.
Yeah. So that's the only place I feel uncertain. I think Mazraoui starts.
So do I.
Like I say, to shore up, no pun intended with Luke Shaw, but to shore up the defence. I think Casemiro stays. I know he played for. He did play for Brazil, didn't he? Because I think he almost got sent off.
Yeah, he played for Brazil. Yeah.
And Bruno obviously will start because he's captain. It's a bit of a conundrum for a manager to move a player around when you have what we would call a utility player.
Yes.
You know, you have there's something for every team wants, but you don't want to be that player, and that's a utility player. He can play on the right, he can play on the left, he can play in midfield, up front, defence. Jesus Christ, keeper's been sent off, he goes in goal. But I feel like Bruno's fallen into that category not because of his ability, which he should be judged on first and foremost, but on the fact he's always available.
Yeah. So Steering Gaming is saying, So I mean, Steering Gaming is talking about it brilliantly. If Bruno lacks his discipline tomorrow, Casemiro is going to get exposed. I totally agree with that.
Well, we spoke about this, didn't we, backstage?
Yeah.
So
I think Steve James makes a good point. Would you actually take Casemiro out and put Ugarte in? From what we've seen, Steve, that's unlikely to happen.
And
Casemiro, Casemiro is likely to play. CRM, great comment. I respect the opinion and views. Steve has put it with some great opinions tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Logically, it should be Bruno or Ahmad that plays on the left hand, in my opinion. Boxing straight talk, we kind of agree with you. We do think that's the best place for them, but we've got issues then alongside Casemiro. Do you risk Mainu? Do you risk Ugarte? It's a big problem for us to decipher. If United does a trifecta versus City, Chelsea and LFC, yeah, absolutely, Wizard. If we can do that trifecta, it'd be absolutely brilliant. We're all praying that we can do that.
Lose bloody Leeds and someone like that. No luck.
Yeah. Wilder's quotes on the embargo section was interesting to say the least. Very good insight into Amarin's midfield thinking with Bruno Mino playing time, etc. That's Helga. Don't forget tomorrow we'll get you sorted. Come on the show. Maybe worth bringing into the game. I
haven't heard the embargo section yet. I think when we went live, that became available at 10 o'clock.
Oh, I've not seen that part yet, so
I'll try and get it. while we're doing this, I'll try and find it. Try and find the quotes. With regards to how we play, then we've been controlling possession. We did against Arsenal, and we have in the other games. But obviously, we don't know what to do with it when we get the ball.
Yes.
There were some interesting stats, obviously, being thrown around since this. We're very high up and playing some of the best football in the league, apparently by statistics. Turnovers, balls back, possession, the press. All these stats that make you sound amazing, but we've won one game.
Oh, and that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
What do you think about this regarding tomorrow? Possession, Man City.
So I think we'll concede possession against City tomorrow. I don't think we're going to have the ball anywhere near as much. I think they will control it, especially if Rodri plays. And Rangers are very, very good ball players. But I do agree. But it'll be interesting to see, though, with Cunha out the equation, whether we still will have that penetration. Because Cunha's been the most proactive with the ball for us. He's the one that's chasing back. He's the one that's driving with the ball. He's the one that's making things tick for us. So I think we're going to get less possession. If we can cut the through ball into Haaland, because Haaland's found his goal-scoring boots, we've got a chance in the game. But it will be, Mark, that if we're in front of goal and we mess it up, we could end up losing the game 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, we need a XG of we play needing an XG of about 5, but when you play Man City, your XG is probably going to be point something to 1.5.
We've got to work hard tomorrow. I'm disappointed, if I'm being honest, Mark, that Lamens isn't starting. I think you're a professional footballer. You've got to get thrown in.
But I spoke about this, didn't I? I said the fact he's only played 50 professional matches in a low standard league. He hasn't played international football, at the highest level.
No, that's right.
It's an issue, but also, Jesus Christ, he's got Courtois in front of him for the national team. And
exactly.
You can only play against the players you play against.
I understand about getting comfortable, but goalkeeping. Ultimately, if we're not going to use this kid for the next 2 or 3 games, because is he likely to face Chelsea in a week's time and then Liverpool in a couple of weeks' time? Why wouldn't we have brought in Martinez then?
Well, this is it. I did feel that it's. I found the quotes and it just decided to start playing without me press play. I felt in the press conference when they spoke about the keeper that the choice was made not by the manager for which goalkeeper he got. I think it was the whole. He's 23. He fits the profile of what we need. Yes, he's one of the highest profile 23-year-old goalkeepers. With all the stats, ticking every box. But we had Man City coming up as the next game. Do you know what I mean? Liverpool and Chelsea within the next 5 games. And Donnarumma's on the table. Martinez is on the table. There was a lot of talk around Costa. Who I never wanted. I do not rate him at all. I've seen him play a lot for Porto and Portugal, and he's definitely the weak link in the Portugal team.
He's had a couple of good seasons, hasn't he, Costa? But only a couple.
Again, what league is he playing in? It's not much harder. They're not that much better. What people are, like I said about Gyökeres scored 30 goals against the bottom 10 teams. In that league. So if you flip that, then that goalkeeper should be keeping a hell of a lot of clean sheets against those teams as well. He
didn't score today, did he, Gyökeres?
Yeah, he did.
He did. He got his goal, did he?
Yeah, I put him into my FPL team, and I've got Supermendy as well.
I forgot about my FPL team, and I haven't done anything with it.
International window's a killer, isn't it? But
so I'm going to be struggling. Yeah, I might have to have a look at him tomorrow. He got his goal, did he? Was it a good finish, or?
I haven't seen his goal yet. I've only seen Supermendy's volley, which is, they're saying, contender for goal of the season already.
Yeah.
But the goalkeeper, I think the only way he sort of gets his chance is if we get spanked against Chelsea. Otherwise, you're staying with the same goalkeeper.
City.
And it's about how the goals go in. If City are cutting our defence apart, then that's not on the goalkeeper. Everyone loves to blame the goalkeeper.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
If they're getting past us and doing pullbacks and they're tapping, the keeper says 1 in 10, 1 in 20 maybe.
To be fair, Mark, if we're getting pulled apart, I blame you strikers straight away. Oi, cut the ball from source. Get up there, start working, get hold of Diaz. Don't be pulling your socks up. We need you, and that does happen. We have had some lazy strikers, haven't we, in the past, and they're not pushing and they're not. Cunha's going to be a big miss for his press on Sunday, isn't it?
See, that's one of the reasons why I would not play Bruno in the 10.
Yeah.
And I think the whole chat, the one thing you can be a Bruno lover, you can be a Bruno hater. One thing we all hate about Bruno, and I use hate, and it is a strong word, is how many times do we see Bruno running past the striker, whoever it is, to bloody close down the goalkeeper, leaving a big gap in behind?
Yeah.
He does it. And that just is then going to affect the defence. And if Mertens have been in, or Bayern Deer's in, Onana's in, Peter Schmeichel's in, 9 times out of 10, you're going to score. They're going to concede. They're going to score against them. So, yeah, it's a big call. I don't think it's as big as people have made it out. He is 23. So,
I totally agree. So,
let's be fair, what could he have done worse?
Well, this is it. Guys, 1 hour.
He could, if we get spanked, then he's off to a horrendous start. So
yeah, he is. Well, let's just hope. I don't think we will get spanked. Guys, 1 hour 20 minutes into the show. We're looking to wrap it up in about the next 5 minutes. Did you get those quotes, Mark?
No, I've just I was talking while I was trying to get one.
Yeah, don't worry. Let's think what you're because obviously we're going to have a big show tomorrow night, guys. So myself and Mark will be back tomorrow. Jarvis might also be back with us, and potentially Johnny K or maybe Nuruddin will be joining us for the post-match show. We are going to go live at 9 o'clock, and there will be Jarvis Corner as usual at 9 o'clock on Monday, when we'll be covering again the game. Jarvis will have a load of clips, myself and Mark, and possibly Nuruddin. We'll run through those clips and give our opinions. It's 91 of you watching. Please like and subscribe the video. But get your scores in. Let us know what you think. And Mark, what do you think the score is going to be tomorrow? Oh, there you go.
I was on mute. I missed what you said now. I'd muted it. And,
I was just wondering. Yes, I was just wondering what you think the score will be tomorrow.
I
who's
think
your first scorer?
I generally last night when we done our preview show on the Balls Out podcast, I said 3-2, but I sort of wanted a crystal ball and know which way that's going to go.
Yes,
I can see it being sort of 3-2, 2-1. I think there's more than one goal. Do you see what I mean? I think someone wins by a goal. And it's going to be that test. I just feel tomorrow is going to be who wants it more kind of game.
Yes.
I think if you get at City and you score early, they almost feel like they are the Man United of last year. They're going to capitulate. And they were a bit like that last year. You know, when I saw how the Tottenham game went, the Brighton game went, the second half, they were pinned back. And it wasn't amazing football, although Brighton's winner was fucking superb football, like combination
tremendous goal. It was a fantastic finish. That's my goal of the season already. The way he sits him down.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but I think 3-2 to United, and I'd love it to be, a Sesko winner. I think Mbumo scores, and I think Sesko score at least one goal each for us. That's why I think 3-2. Who gets the winner? Let's be fair, it's Man City. I'd love it to be Kobe Mane who gets the winner and sort of runs off, giving everyone the best. Like that.
That'd be mental.
But it's probably going to be a Bruno penalty if it was 3-2. It'd be one of those kind of goals.
Yeah.
It's at the Etihad, so there'll only be about 5,000 fans there.
There won't be any fans there at all. Yeah.
No, so we have to use that. We have to use
Yeah.
that. Last year when we played them, Stu, do you remember? There was you
2-1.
looking around and there's Man United shirts in the city end.
Yes, United shirts everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah,
I make up the goal, didn't I?
We need to do that.
Yeah, I think we might beat them 3-1, gents and ladies. And I think Mbumo is going to get himself a brace. And I think Sesko is going to pop up on the score sheet. I think Donnarumma is going to have a howler. I think he's going to struggle. If Donnarumma plays, if James Trafford plays, I definitely guarantee we beat City. I agree with the guys. Boxing Straight Talk says he wants it more. Wizard says that Sesko needs to go to the boss and says if Donnarumma's in, I want in. So it's absolutely brilliant. I think Mbeumo scores a couple. I think Sesko scores. I think it'll be a really tight game, first 20-25 minutes. If we can hold our own for those, Mark, then I think we can go ahead and win the game.
I totally agree with that. I'm not really liking the disrespect in the chat on Donnarumma because he's a fucking superb goalkeeper. He's 26 for God's sake. It's not like he's 46 and at the end of his career. He's single-handedly pretty much eliminated all the English clubs last year for PSG. With some
he played well. They battered City 4-1, didn't they?
Yeah, but I mean, like, do you remember the Liverpool game? He was saving them down at his near post from like point blank range with his hand, not with his feet. He was getting down to it, and he's 6'7". Like he's phenomenal, but he's not great at passing patterns out from the back. And
I think I dipped out then.
I'm just saying he's not great at passing patterns out from the back. But really, I've picked my goalkeeper on keeping the ball out of the net, and that he's world class at. And has been since he was 16. Yeah. So playing for AC Milan at 16. He's hardly
16. I know AC Milan at that era. Yeah, that era, absolutely brilliant.
And right now,
guys, we're going to wrap it up. Guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you for everyone that's tuned in. As I say, myself and Mark will be back tomorrow night. We're going to go live about 9 o'clock. So all the shows will go live directly after the game. We're going to go live about 9 o'clock. Hopefully Jarvis will join us. If not, I'm sure Johnny K or Nuruddin and Helga is going to be making his debut as well. Mark, where can people find you?
You can find me over on the Balls Out podcast or on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, my handle's there on the screen, @language7. But yeah, Balls Out podcast. We're just sort of getting back in the swing of it. We've had a few technical difficulties, which, as Jarvis is well aware of, Stu's dealing with it now with YouTube. There's always so much.
Yes, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare, isn't it?
As they change algorithms, it can affect different streaming platforms, unfortunately. So get over on that. We're trying to get back to doing a show 2-3 times a week, but some people have changed their jobs and it's making it harder. So we've done a few streams from truck stop. I think Nathan had done it from his truck for one of them, or two of them now. That was great.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, but it just makes it different. It makes it more realistic. I've just seen to the side here, you got Mr. Potts asking about the different YouTube channels. That's what makes us different. We try and keep it as real as possible.
Yeah,
we're not in these fancy little studios. And that, but as Mr. Potts just said about this done deal about Donnarumma, I never heard it was a done deal. I just want to address that. I heard that he was favourite to go until James Trafford messed up that pass against Tottenham, and then all of a sudden it was like, no, Trafford's not good enough. We're buying another goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think some larger channels made out that Donnarumma was coming to United. They were in the know.
26 million. We should have been bidding for him. For 26 million, we should have put in a bid whether he came to us or not.
Yeah, to be fair, it was absolutely brilliant. Guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. That is the end of the show tonight. It's only shortish one for us, but we've still done an hour and a half. We hope you enjoyed the tactical board. That's the first time me and Mark have actually done a tactics board together, just me and Mark. And I think both systems came out interesting. Great feedback from the Devilish Tacticos, which we're very grateful for. Please, if you like the show, pop that in the post comments. Get your friends, please, to come onto the stream and like it as much as you can, because we are facing a bit of a battering from YouTube at the moment. I don't know why. So thank you from myself,
you missed
and
super
thank
chat.
you from Mark. Did I?
So you missed. I think so. Yeah, you missed.
I thought I got.
The second one. How confident are we that Mainoo starts? By the way, Garnacho gave an assist.
Sanchez.
Yeah.
I didn't see that at all. It didn't. Sanchez, I am so sorry, buddy. It didn't flash up on my screen.
We can cover that off quite quickly. We can cover that off quite quickly because we'd already spoken about it before we started the Garnacho. I'm confident Mainoo starts based on what I think Amorim wants from him and the 2 games before. Garnacho's assist, Stu. I'll let you you speak about that.
Well, yeah, Garnacho did not assist anything. I mean, he put a cross in and a defender cleared it, and it just happened to land at the feet of Casado, who then absolutely pushed a rocket into the goal. They actually showed it from behind the Kelleher, didn't they? They had no chance with it.
No way. And the keeper saw it. That's the thing. The keeper saw it
all the way. He just couldn't. Yeah. He just couldn't get it. So.
And yes, he did hit his player at the back post. Very Bruno Fernandes style. So it's good to see he's taken something from United to Chelsea.
No, exactly right. And yes, and Fabio scored because Garnacho was like, "What am I doing?" Oh yeah. It was a bit too late, guys. Thank you so much. Hey, Sanchez, thank you very, very much for super chats, mate. It means a very lot to the channel. It means a lot to Jarvis. So thank you very much for that. Guys, we will see you tomorrow night. I'm just going to play the outro now. Big up to Jarvis is still in the chat. Absolutely. Jarvis may be with us tomorrow night. He might come a little bit later, depending on when he lands, and depends if he is sober or not. But guys, let's all get behind the team tomorrow. Let's have a great show tomorrow night with 9 o'clock UK time. I'll set the stream up tomorrow, so please look for it. If you look for it early, press the bell for your notifications. Please like and subscribe. Please also put your comments in the post chat if you like the show tonight, and if you've missed Jarvis, which we know you have. Big up Jarvis. Big up to the Devilish Tacticos. Thank you so much. Big up to Mark and the Balls Out podcast team. Over the next few weeks, myself, Jarvis, and Mark, and the Balls Out team are going to do a collaboration show. So perhaps we'll get Nathan. Perhaps it'll be me, Jarvis, Nathan, and Mark. So 2 from 2, and we'll co-stream on both channels, and then hopefully give the Balls Out podcast, because the guys work very, very hard on the Balls Out podcast, same as Jarvis, behind the scenes, and they do need all the support they can get. All right, then, guys. Thank you so much. Cheers again, Mark, and thank you.